Of Brookshire's Heroes flight took us to the skies even before we boarded the plane. Day 3 started out windy and cold, but pretty. American Airlines crew member Shay let us know how she felt about winter.
Better than snow, sleet, and ice. Keep that in your mind. I'm just saying, because,
We arrived at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. The first stop, the 3D IMAX Theater.
In June 1944, they were 10, 20, or 50 years old. Their names were John, Winston, Violette, Edward, Dwight. They were from 12 different nations. But that summer, they united to liberate Europe.
D-Day, narrated by Tom Brokaw. Ibu Bienvenu of St. Martinville was a part of this campaign, and part of his job was to fool Hitler.
We dropped paratroopers in Belgium to fool Hitler, and Hitler bid on it, and he held back 2 divisions from the bottom, which saved about 1 million lives.
It was a place where our Air Force, Army Air Corps, and Navy members lit up with memories.
So the time from dropping until the detonation was about a minute. And during that, don't hold the trigger down, squeeze it off and burst. And of course, he's trying to keep the airplane on target, too.
And then when it's over,
they go away. Some of those aboard that ship.
Oh, yes. And we used them.
Oh, yeah.
Lafayette's Byron Fogelman of the Army Air Corps almost had another chance to fly in a B-29.
And so he made arrangements for me to fly in that B-29 that I hadn't seen for years. And the weather got so bad they never came.
Oh. Before we got back on the plane, Sherby Bro named his crawfish queens. And Mr. Bro left an impression on his chaperone.
It's really special. Mr. Bro is a very special guy. And we just had a great time just listening to the stories, not only the wartime stories, but just his life growing up in general was really interesting.
And on the flight back to Lafayette, these men received some letters from home.
From my sister.
From your sister? I love it. And the best part, a true hero's welcome from their families as they arrived. You know what? It really was a fantastic trip. Of course, thanks again to Brookshire Grocery, the parent company of Super One. American Airlines, they chartered the flight, and then the pilot and the flight crew, they stayed with us helping to assist the veterans. And of course, the entire crew of doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and other volunteers that made the trip possible. Too many, of course, to name individually, but incredible people making a dream come true.
And you were telling...
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
They changed my life. They really did.
I've never seen you this emotional.
Well, these guys were great. The stories were great, and it just kind of blows me away what these guys were enduring when they were 17, 18 years old. And it kind of makes me ask myself, boy, I was really screwing around when I was 17, 18 years old.
Well, you're talking about Mr. Ibu, and he was 16.
16 and a half when he enrolled. Yeah, he told me a story on the plane. And we've got so much more video and different stories we're going to try to put on KATC.com, kind of an extended version. But he actually skipped class and hitchhiked from St. Martinville to Lafayette to go to the recruiter's office, and he said, I want to join. And the guy said, well, which branch do you want to be in? And he wanted to be in the Army Air Corps. And the guy said, okay, raise your hand, sworn him in, said, you're now a private. Never asked him his age.
Wow. And I think you're going to hopefully have a little bit more of his story, because his story is truly amazing.
Right. And a big thanks to John Lee, our KATC photojournalist, who came along with that. He was the eyes and ears of the whole thing. So everything you see, everything you hear pretty much was done by him. And he's going to help me out. He came in yesterday, and we're going to sit down and try to get some extended versions for
Thanks for bringing us.
It was awesome. Thanks for letting me go.